Alrighty. Oh, it's been a little while since I last did something like this. I think the last thing I posted on my YouTube channel was on Halloween. It's been a little bit. Uh, I'm still alive. I'm still doing fine. I still have my chipmunk pitched voice. Yeah. So, I'm here today from my room. Listen to the vast void of it. And I'm going to read to you my favorite scene from Soulmates. Now, I want to start this off by prefacing that it's going to get a bit vulgar. Not sexually. I want to make that clear. But yeah, I think you'll get it. So there's a reason why I have a language warning. So brace yourself. And I hope this is enough to convince you to get Soulmates whenever it comes around. Well, actually, it already is around. I hope it convinces you to get Soulmates. Let's just leave it at that. Alrighty, let's get started. Oh boy. Uh, and I suppose I could start by giving a little bit of backstory like I normally do with these readovers. But I won't. Not for this one. I am so fiendish, so evil! Oh, that just peaked in the mic. Oh boy. Oh, I'm scared. Alrighty. So let's start. We both shared a small moment of pleasantries, with me just sitting down in the chair in front of his desk, and him smiling softly. He looked down towards me and then said while clasping his hands together, "This may be the earliest I've seen you here, Dallas. It's not even 8 yet, and I half expected you to show up at around 8:30, your normal time." I rolled my eyes and remained silent. Not because I was worried about any particular punishment this man may give me, but just because anything I say will spark a discussion. This guy is way too soft. I mean, like, stepfather who's desperately trying to get along with his kids and stepkids level of softness. He's easy to manipulate, easy to extort, and easy to hurt. He's no fun to talk to at all. And even with my adherent lack of rules, he still treats me like I'm a normal student. And I can't tell if that means he's overqualified or underqualified. Either way, he's boring. After noticing that I wasn't speaking, he spoke. "I know you were probably not thinking about the consequences back then, and I can understand the frustrations of being in detention for as long as you've been, but Dallas, you can't just up and walk out of detention. Or run out, I suppose." He waited for a response. I gave him nothing. He continued. "Dallas, I know you must hear this a lot from your teachers, but now it's my turn to ask. Is everything all right?" That's a laugh. First off, none of my other teachers have ever asked me that. It's usually just stop that, or quit it, or go to the principal's office. But I do have to give them some credit. There used to be teachers who would ask students questions like that. But they were the first to break to me. And that was fun for me. This, however, this is not. I remained silent. The principal sighed and then spoke. "I thought you'd be like that. So I ended up doing a bit of research myself." Research? About what exactly? He then spoke, and if I knew beforehand exactly what he was going to say, I would have walked out right then and there and flipped him off. "Ever since childhood, you've always stood out. Multiple school transfers to accommodate your mother's career, frequent agitation towards anyone who tries to direct you, and no past positive relationships with anyone. Why, I'd probably say the closest that you ever been with someone was when you were fighting them. You stand out, Dallas, but not in a positive way. From what it appears to me, you seem to have some attention-seeking behaviors." Attention-seeking? Really? Is that the best bullshit you can come up with? I stood up and was about to leave, but was stopped. "Dallas, please sit back down. I'm not trying to hurt you, but if you leave now, you'll automatically get detention, I said in rebuttal. What's the point? You're going to send me anyways, so why should I listen? Because if you do, I may have a better chance to understand you. And maybe, just maybe, I can see about letting you off of this detention in exchange for some private therapy. Private therapy? What the fuck is he going on about? But the main thing I got from that was that if I listen to him, I may not have to see the old bitch in detention and may actually live. So, with a sigh, I decided that I should hear him out. I sat down and then simply said, I'll stay, but if you cross a line, I'm leaving. The principal spoke. Dallas, this is not a matter where you can just leave. I'm honestly trying to help you out here. I want you to feel safe here, to feel that you're respected and that people listen to you. I snarled and then said, and from what it seems like now is that all you're doing is bitching around and making me pissed off. You know nothing about my life, and I hate it when people pretend they do. But no, go ahead. Be the bastard who says that all my life I've been treated wrong and that my personality is wrong just because I'm not a fucking pushover. He paused and then asked, Are you done, Dallas? Ugh! I tightened my fist, then took a sharp breath. Shut up! I was getting a bit worked up over this, and I just needed to let that out. I was calmer now. I loosened my clenched fist and then breathed out a heavy sigh. The principal, having seen this, continued. All right, back to where we left off. Attention-seeking behavior. I think this is due to your negligence as a child. I've taken a look at your mother's work history, and from there, it does answer a lot of questions. You've lived by yourself for almost all your life, and it seems that your mother has little to no interest in what goes on at home. Dallas, let me ask you something. When was the last time you had an actual conversation with your mother? I paused. Anger was starting to build up again. I spoke a bit sternly. Don't know, don't care. Besides, it's not her fault that I'm like this. This is merely my choice of personality. He shook his head and sighed. Dallas, I'm going to say this. This personality of yours is due to a lack of communication with your mother, and the fact that you haven't had an actual person to talk to in what seems to be your entire life is adding to this. You feel alone, your emotions locked away in some place that you just want to keep there and never tap into, with every bit of hurt you gain adding on to this pile. Doesn't that make you want more, Dallas? Doesn't that make you want to just let it go and start over? I snapped. He crossed the line. I stood up and then simply and sternly spoke. Fuck you. That took him back. He looked at me sorrowfully. Dallas, I gritted my teeth. Fuck you! Stop treating me like I'm some sort of weak-willed student that you can fix. I'm not fucking weak! And you want to know something? I'm glad that bitch works for as long as she does, because if she was actually involved in my life, then the small moment of actual happiness I get out of my day would be replaced by a bitching and nagging mother who's always too goddamn involved in my life. You can give me that goddamn detention, because this is over. I'm done. I turned towards the door, and the principal spoke sternly. Dallas King, get back here right now! I turned sharply and then said, Shut the fuck up! You do not have the right to say my goddamn last name. If you ever say that again, I'll personally make your life a living hell. You hear me? All he could do was look me in the eyes. I could tell that my attempts to intimidate him had failed, and instead of fear, all I could feel was sorrow for me. He sighed and then said, That will be all, Dallas. You know the place you're supposed to go. Have a nice day. Whew, that got a little intense.